Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I'm really glad you're here. Today's date is Thursday, January 19th, 2023. I'm putting out a second video today because tomorrow I'm not planning to have one up. I have to run into Anchorage and take care of some personal business, so I'm not going to try to rush back into a video. So you get two for today. Or you could pace yourself and have one for Friday. Whatever you choose to do is fine with me. Well, let's take a little bit of a Mr. T rabbit trail, okay? Recently, Mr. T phoned into a show and was hard pressed, even though the conversation was friendly, about the jab. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is a source YouTube will have no trouble with. It's from MSN. Okay, so he called into the water cooler program, and during that conversation, he stated, "I saved 100 million lives." Now I'm going to scroll down. If that bothers you, look away. Here's the interesting thing that I think we may want to look at a little bit more and talk about a little bit more, because I was taking part in an online discussion, and this was noted, okay? So he said that without the vaccines or the jabs, you would have had a thing like we had in 1917, where perhaps 100 million people died. Now, unless you're a history buff, you're going to just automatically assume he's referring to the last big global pandemic, which was the Spanish flu. But he's not. He can't be. That happened in 1918. So what happened in 1917 that involved millions and millions of lives? Red October. Red October was when there were tens of millions, if not more, lives lost in the Russian uprising. And you can read about that on your own time. Okay. And it's quite possible, because after that, an aftermath of that was man-made famine that took millions and tens of millions more lives. So in 1917, and the results of the events of 1917, hundreds of million people, global citizens, did die. And it wasn't the Spanish flu. Now let's think about it for a minute. You know, they never thought HRC wouldn't be president. And the plan that was supposed to unfold involved years-long lockdowns of citizens globally. And only after that, with much loss of life, you know, from just the isolation and the breakdown of services and what have you. And as we saw with our short-lived pandemic, you know, how goods and services and healthcare took a nosedive and still is nosediving. Okay, they planned for that to go on for years, and that would whittle the population down. When a remedy was announced, we'd be grateful for it. If we weren't, we were going, those that weren't grateful and didn't agree, were going to be rounded up and taken to concentration camps. There was even a little talk about that with this one, that's where the unjabbed belonged. We didn't quite get that far. We didn't cross that line, did we? But we came too damn close, in my opinion. Okay, so let's move on. They didn't have the years-long, the accelerated program, and that Mr. T initiated did get a protocol out. We can debate at another time and place if the one that Mr. T signed off on had no bad ingredients. I'd like to think it didn't. Okay, somewhere along the way, though, that changed, and the one that the military developed was corrupted, augmented, added to, what have you. Then along comes 46, and he tried to get those mandates in. He tried to get that going, and he couldn't, because by that time, people were getting fed up and pushing back a little bit. Way to go, people. And so now what we're seeing now with the avian flu, you know, we're so many of our poultry businesses have been forced to get rid of their flocks with the push to not have any quality fertilizers, nitrogen, helping our crops. They're trying to do a man-made famine now for us. Hopefully it will be as not nearly what they saw in the Ukraine after the Red October. Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll just stick to some inconveniences and shortages, but basically there will be enough for people to eat that starvation is not an issue. Okay, so I want to ask the cards tonight. Mr. T is asserting that he had a hand in saving hundreds of millions of lives. He doesn't deny that there's been loss. He doesn't claim that every protocol out there is safe. But he has made the assertion that because of actions he took or initiated or supported, easily 100 million lives have been saved. And I'd like to ask the cards about that. Mr. T's assertion, oh, and let's layer in, is that code? Was there a little bit of code involved? Recently, Mr. T asserted that his actions regarding protocols, jabs, things like that, remedies, had resulted in saving 100 million lives compared to 1917 with Red October. So first of all, is that statement correct? And then layered into that, is there more information about that possibly being a code for us to pick up that he's referring not to Spanish flu, but to Red October? Let's find out. Okay, universe, was Mr. T accurate in saying that actions he took, initiated, and authorized easily saved 100 million lives? And is there a code involved in referencing 1917 instead of the Spanish flu of 1918? Let's see what the universe has to say. The Sun, the Fool, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. You don't need me to read these, do you? Then we have the 10 of Wands, Two of Wands, Ace of Wands. Yes, 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 folks. Okay, look at this. We have two aces and we have two major arcana. So 4 really heavy hitter cards out of 7 so far in this read. So we were asking, was that hyperbole, or was he actually fairly accurate in asserting that actions he took, authorized, or initiated had ended up saving easily 100 million lives? We're getting a heck yes, okay, on that. Okay, now the Sun card shows up here for the question. And this is a card of success and positive outcomes. So it is absolutely saying yes, despite the fact that there has been loss of life, that there have been adverse reactions, that the protocols have been changed to be nefarious. Despite all that, there is still much less loss of life than there would have been otherwise. Okay. The Fool shows up, giving us a little more information. The Fool is a stepping out in faith, and so we have to take this on faith right now. It's going to be a while before we can have trustworthy data that confirms that, but you've got it here with the cards, and then listen to your own personal discernment as I tell you what the cards seem to be telling me. Because as always, there should be a blend between the insights I'm getting and sharing with you and the elements in the cards that lead me to that. Okay. Now, in the recent past, we have the 7, 8 of Pentacles, a card of skilled hard labor. So a lot of hard work did go into getting that protocol out there and to putting putting a wrench in the plan that the Shenanigans gang had. Okay. So when he says a lot of hard work went into it, he is absolutely telling the truth. Okay, present, we have the Ace of Cups, again, a card of success. Okay, and the Ace of Cups is just kind of reassuring us, yes, indeed. Okay, we will mourn those we've lost, but we would have lost a whole lot more without Mr. T and the policies and procedures that he implemented. Moving ahead, we got the 10 of Wands. We still have some hard work to do, folks. We know that. We know we've got puppets in high places and 2.0s and everything like that. We're not done with the hard work. But look, we're being told it's worth it because our world is coming to a new place where things are going to be visibly changed. And we've got this with the Ace of Wands here for our little, further information. And this is about potential and new beginnings. So I love that it's saying, looking ahead, we are facing some new beginnings, even though there's hard work involved. It's worth it, absolutely worth it. Let's get a couple of the cards and see what's going on here. Again, start this 3 of Wands and the World. Okay. 3 of Wands. He's stepping out on a new territory. So we got the new beginnings, new territory. The World card is just that, the World. And reefs, this is the biggest reef you will see in the tarot deck. Reefs are about victories. So yeah, our world is moving ahead to a better place. Some of it, those of us that are awake are only aware of it. And even then, we don't see things clearly and in complete detail. But time and again, we're getting that reassurance that the world is headed to a new beginning and a much better place. So let's recap. If you're not a Mr. T fan, well, what are you doing on this channel if you're not? You may not want to believe this read, but the cards are pretty emphatic. And they're saying that when he made that assertion, he absolutely knew what he was talking about. Absolutely. And yet again, the universe is telling us our world is changing. It's changing in wonderful ways. And while there's a lot of hard work involved, some of it's happening behind the scenes. Okay, there'll be hard work for all of us, even tarot readers. But we are going to reclaim our destiny, and the path for humanity is going to be freed of obstacles and hindrances, and we will be able to achieve our potential. I look forward to it. So be it, right? May that day happen soon. May that day happen soon. May that day happen soon. So be it. So that's it from me and my furry co-host back there, Chloe. Hey, Chloe. Chloe, say hi. She said hi. Wishing you love and light, and I will be back. Like I said, tomorrow there will be a fresh one. You got 2 today to help you get through it. And although I will have my phone with me, and if we have some huge event, I'll go live. Okay. I send you love and light, and smile and enjoy, and just trust that our world is changing in wonderful ways, and we're part of making it happen because we are.